Good morning. It is 3 minutes after 11 and it's September the 15th of 2024. I'm telling you, these days are just like, Lord. Anyway, I'm about to chill, but I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go for a speed walk in a little bit, probably about an hour or something like that. It's still morning, so seeing that it's Sunday, well, I don't know. Some people go to church, some people get up and have their own routine. Sundays and Mondays, I like to just kind of like let that be the epitome of my weekend, which is to pretty much relax, right? Really quickly though, I am debunking certain rumors that were put out there little by little, because not necessarily because I have anything to prove, but because it has had such an effect on me as a woman, and I know that I have been the victim of a hate train that has um, been ongoing for the past probably 4 years, 5 years, something like that. And I've been pretty much quiet about it, to be honest. I haven't really tripped about it too much because I know a lot of the shit is not true. But there's one in particular that I definitely want to address. And I've addressed it before, but I addressed it in writing. And I didn't necessarily say too much after that. I've always been a very reserved woman, reserved with my body, reserved with how I eat, reserved with what I put in my body, reserved with who I choose to be with physically in my intimate spaces, who I allow in my personal space. And I don't know who put it out there that I had some kind of disease or something, but I don't have any diseases. One disease in particular they wanted to say was that they were saying that I had some type of incurable disease, specifically HIV. And for me, I was floored when I heard that because I was like, wow, that's crazy. Now, you could be a nun and, have sex with someone who is a carrier, and that's, hey, you are a nun, you know. I'm not quite a nun, even though some people do kind of tease me in that way because I practice celibacy so much, right? Um, Before 2020, I've been celibate for 8 years, and then post 2020, I've been celibate now for 4 years, and so it's just good for me spiritually, honestly. And if I'm not with anybody, there's no reason for me to be, you know, um, doing all that, right? I tried the one night stand thing, just being a grown and sexy woman. Baby, it is not worth it. Okay? It's just not. Um, I recognize what kind of woman I am by allowing myself to have an experience like that. And it just wasn't me. It wasn't for me. It probably never will be for me. And I think that's why people don't like me, because they went off and they talked about all this shit and they told all these stories, and come to find out, they like, this girl damn near a nun. And it's like, yeah, that's how I live my life. That's why it's important for you not to listen to rumors and lies and things like that. So anyway, I just wanted to clarify that I am not a carrier. Okay. I actually just recently went and got tested, which was really funny to me because I went to the doctor in 2021. I usually don't share this kind of stuff, but I said, go on and share it now. Go on and share it since people want to be talking shit. Go on and share it. It's fine. And so I was doctor in 2021. I think it was 2021. 2021, and I did, our like annual stuff that we do as women. You just get tested for everything. When you're not sexually active, it's understandable that you're not gonna do everything every 3 months. Like for what? I'm not even sexually active, in any kind of way, right? So did that. Test came back clean. Everything's great. Okay, no problem. Did the next one. Test came back clean. Everything's great. I do suffer from having fibroid tumors because my mother had the same thing. And so I'm dealing with that as a 40 plus woman. A lot of us do. So I just wanted to make sure I spoke to that because I saw something this morning and I said, you know what? Speak to that. Because there's no telling what people believe about you, and and it doesn't really matter, but there's no telling how that will affect your relationships ongoing as you move forward in life. So clarify that shit now. I hope that makes sense to somebody out there, right? So not necessarily trying to prove anything, but just to speak to it so that all that shit can go and lay to the wayside. Because, honey, that is not what type of person she is. And that's not what my situation is either. So we have blood tests to prove it. I want to get the rest of my work done, though, on a more positive note. When you talk about just maintenance in general, like your physical maintenance, getting your blood work done, making sure that you're not dealing with any other things, because being 40 plus, it's like, girl, a lot of things that you could be, going through, like aside from just having iron deficiency and stuff like that, right? I was like, let me just check and make sure I'm good. Let me make sure that everything is working the way it needs to be working. So that'll be the next step, just to make sure. Let me test my bone marrow. Let me see you know what I mean? Like, let me see what else is going on in this little body of mine. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's always going to start with making sure that your womb is healthy as a woman, right? But then it expands from there, and I'm like, okay, cool. So now we need to do like cancer screenings. We need to do a lot of the food that I eat naturally, that I'm just naturally attracted to anyway. They are like cancer fighting foods. In fact, when I look up the health benefits of some of the stuff that I eat, I really love that shit. Like, I really, like, I'm not eating it to prevent anything, to fight anything. It's like, no, if I'm eating it, it's because I really love the flavor, the texture, everything that comes along with it. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, well, still get your blood tested, just to see and make sure you're good. I mean, how else will people know? Like, say, for example, when men come up with prostate cancer, right? You won't know unless you get your prostate checked. And from what I understand, that's one of the most uncomfortable things for men to do. But they still got to do it. So, same thing with me. I don't like needles. I don't like stuff like that. Don't go poking at me. I don't like that. But, sometimes you got to do that just so you make sure you're good. You're okay. I think I'm fine though. Aside from me just like voluntarily being lazy at the gym like I was yesterday, you guys, I was just in and out of the steam room. I ain't lift out one weight. I ain't lift one damn weight, honey. I went in there on my pineapples. I had my little pineapples after I had my granola, and honey, I had myself a salad. I said, girl, you know what? And I said, don't you beat yourself up. Don't you do that. Okay. And I watched like a comedy special and stuff like that. It was really nice. Like, I was really low key yesterday. I didn't think I was gonna be that low key. I thought I was about to go in there and just be like, yeah, and I was like, no, you good. Your skin is smoothing out, you clearing out your pores, your body's purging impurities. It's a good thing, regardless of what's happening, regardless if you're pushing yourself, to the max, or if you just falling back and allowing yourself to relax and, just kind of move from moment to moment with ease. Either way it goes, you good. You good. So I gave myself that yesterday, and it was nice. So I know I'm talking about a couple of things now, but I wanted to address that first situation and then, you know, kind of casually move on to something else because it's not really a factor in my life, but I give respect to it because it is a factor in some people's lives, okay? And it's not a laughing matter. It's not something to be thrown up in people's face. It's not something to play with. It's not like what do you call it, like a scarlet letter to be thrown on somebody's forehead or something. It's a true situation. And I actually had a friend who contracted something, and he was so heartbroken because he had fallen in love with someone, and that someone gave that to him without telling him that that's what they were carrying. So when it comes to just health in general, I try to do my best, you know. Um, and just talking to him and knowing him and being around him for the time that I was around him, he was very close to my heart. And I remember, just experiencing his spirit. And I would never lie on anybody like that. Just watching what he went through, I would never lie on anyone like that. So, anyway, you guys, it is Sunday. Please enjoy your day, and I will tap back in a couple days. Bye.